Hi guys, so I have been a little MIA lately and I apologize for that. Haven't had a chance to actually sit down and plan in a couple weeks, so I'm hopefully getting back into the groove of things and getting some videos posted for you guys. I'm actually doing my third week of Unicorn Month. I had quite a number of unicorn kits that I was sort of saving up in anticipation of doing an entire themed month. This week I've got a kit from WillowFields. At the time that I purchased it, which was quite a few months ago, it was only available in matte, so unfortunately it's not the beautiful glossy, but still very pretty. I've got tons of really cute deco. We've got amazing full boxes. I love the colors. They're just very fun and vibrant. Lots of littles, flags. I love the date covers as well, how it all matches and ties together, as well as this washi. It is gorgeous. I love that the full box checklists also have a pattern behind them. Got lots of washi strips, half boxes, and more headers than I will ever know what to do with, which is perfect since I do split up all of my kits between two planners. I've got this one, my Happy Planner, which I use for all my fitness stuff, and then I've got my A5, which I am using now for my personal plans. So I'm going to get right into it. So I do need to figure out what full box I am going to carry over to my personal A5 planner, and I think I want to use one of the ones that is a little bit more predominantly unicorn-esque, since I will be using majority of the leftovers in that kit. So I'm thinking either this one or this one. I do like that a lot of these are sort of blue, and this one's a little bit darker, so I think I'm going to hang on to this one. I do think I'm going to save this pink one with just the lone unicorn. That way it'll sort of tie in all the blues together. And I do use all my full boxes actually at the bottom of my planner instead of washi strips, because I hate covering them up. They are so pretty and they're meant to be shown. So what I do is I just line them all up at the bottom like you would your washi. And then I use my washi strips in my personal planner, or at least I had in the past when I was using my Erin Condren. Now that I've switched over to using an A5, things might be a tiny bit different, but we will get that figured out. Love the ease of matte. That they're just something you can peel right back up if you do lay them down crookedly, which I have a really hard time with apparently. Can't lay anything down straight, ever. Alright, now I'm just sort of picking random full boxes to put down. I don't really have any idea what I'm going to put where. Try to balance out colors as much as possible. So I think I'm going to save this pink one and do this one here. So I do need another bluish kind of one. We'll do this purpley one, I think. Now, I do love WillowFields kits. They are usually very complete kits. There's tons of headers, there's tons of extras, flags, labels, half boxes, so it's really very easy for me to split a kit between the two planners. And again, I'm just using the full boxes in place of washi strips at the bottom. I know the spacing on a Happy Planner is slightly different from an Erin Condren, and this actually takes up that little bit of extra room, and then again, that way you can see the full boxes. They're not being covered up by anything. They're just being used in place of washi strips. My favorite box by far. I don't know what it is about that box, but I love the colors. I love the faux glitter on it. I just think it's so pretty yet so simple. And I'm sorry if there's any really bad shadowing today. It's not the greatest lighting at the moment, but hopefully it's not too terrible for you. I love this. This is another one of my more preferred full boxes. And didn't quite lay that one down right. So let's just peel that guy back up. Again, one of the joys of matte, you don't get that same beautiful glossy sheen, obviously, and sometimes the coloring is not quite as vibrant. But I will say for a matte kit, I think the colors on these are very pretty and very, sorry about that, I think my camera cut out. What I was about to say is that the colors are very vibrant. I do like this kit in particular because the unicorns to me are just very whimsical and, well, they might be a little juvenile, but you know, you gotta be a kid at heart. It makes things way more interesting. So I'm going to then go up to the top here and I'm gonna do some of my headers. All of these are color coordinated, so I don't have to worry about any color blocking or anything like that. Makes it a little easy. I do like that it sort of splits up then your sections by having it the same color all across the top. Do try to color block whenever possible though. I don't know why, I just like the cohesiveness of it. That's also another reason why I split 2 kits up between my 2 planners. I like that they coordinate. They've got a lot of the matching colors. They've got like a matching theme. I used to use a full kit in each one, and I tried my best to kind of have them coordinate, whether one be florals and the other's florals, and then they had like some of the same tones in them. But I found that I had a lot of waste, a lot. There was tons of extras that I was always never finding a use for because they were very particular and unique and didn't really match any kits. So this has made me be a lot less wasteful, which my wallet has greatly appreciated. Now, not all of the patterns on the full box checklist match up, so I'm just trying to match them up as much as I can. Obviously, the ones that do have the same print or pattern to them, I am trying to use above that coordinating full box. But some of them are going to have just ones that have similar colors or similar patterns to them. Let's see. This one I can lay down yet because that one matches this one. I was really excited to start this month. I was kind of disappointed in myself that I had missed planning for a few weeks. Let's see, what can we do here? I've got this purple one yet, and I don't want to put that here next to that, so I'm going to use that one with this dark blue one. I think the colors will still go well together. So as I was saying, I was a little disappointed in myself that I hadn't really planned much since I was really looking forward to this unicorn month. Like I said, I had accumulated a few unicorn kits and sort of saved them up in anticipation of this month being themed. And then I went ahead and let myself get distracted and never carved out time to actually sit down and plan. There, I think that's a little better. There's actually just a small white strip on the top of all of these checklists, which I think they meant to be cut, but they weren't. So then I do have just my one extra, which again, I'm going to carry that over to my A5. Hopefully find a way to incorporate that. So I've got my section here where I'm going to meal plan, or just maybe use as more of like a memory keeper for my meals. Do want to, underneath that, keep track of my calorie goals and where I ended up for the day calorie wise, and whether or not there was any deficit, or overage. And I'm going to match up these full boxes again to the coordinating patterns. So sort of like color blocking. not quite, but close. And then I will need to find some sort of label. Maybe I'll use my littles underneath that, and I actually keep track of my weight daily. I know some people only do it weekly or monthly even, and I don't know. Seeing that number on the scale move just gives me motivation. Helps to keep me focused, especially if it went up a little bit. Then I try to crack back down in a sense and make sure I am well behaved that during that day. All right, and then I'm just gonna use this last box, I think, to cover up the notes part here. And I actually keep a grocery list on the side, unless I have, let's see, do have a buy. So what I'm actually gonna do is save that then for my personal. No, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use it because I'll only have the one, and then this way there's not an oddball. Again, I like cohesiveness when using a kit, so if I'm using labels for something, I like them all to be the same size, and then this way I won't have just the one random half box to use for my personal plans. Okay, so I do need to find something. I'm thinking maybe like a little or a label, or maybe some of these washi strips I could write over in order to write down my weight each day. Or you know what? I've got these cute little flags, and I've got 8 of them, so those would work too. I'm going to use those, and again, I'm just going to match up the patterns. I think that'll work. I'll write my weight on here and then maybe do a scale icon next to it. Or maybe I'll peel these up and actually put the icon first and have the flag stick out a little bit closer to the right hand side. We'll see. Alright. And again, just trying to coordinate patterns as best as I can, and I'm sort of going all willy-nilly here with these though, just picking up one and figuring out where it goes. I don't have another one of those. I do have another one of these. For some reason, I'm very drawn to these striped ones. I love them. I just love them. I love the faux glitter. I love the colors. I think they're very fitting of a unicorn kit. Alright, and if I can get this last flag out of here. This guy's being a little stubborn. It could appear to be good. I'm not sure why I couldn't peel it up. Maybe it's my lack of nails. I keep breaking them all the time at work, so now they're just little nubs, it looks like. Alright, so I've got my top portion complete. Again, I've got my meal tracker, I've got my calories tracker portion, and then also my weight. At the bottom, then, this next 2 sections, I'll write down my workouts for the day, and then I also use this bottom portion as sort of a journal, like a journaling. I write down things that I was proud of, something that inspired me, or something, let's see, end of day. I'm trying to figure out which of these headers would make the most sense. Do you want to keep the to-dos, hang on to those for my personal, because they would make more sense there. Important, maybe littles. I don't know that end of day would necessarily work. No, I think end of day would work, because I could sort of use the end of the day to fill in my planner, fill in my weight, fill in my meals if I haven't preemptively done that the previous day. This way I can take some time, just, you know, relax a little bit, maybe throw on a movie, and then take that time to jot down something that I was thankful for or really appreciated. I do try to keep it more of a fitness theme. Like if I went up a weight when I was lifting weights, or if I did more reps that day, if I put in a lot of steps on my Fitbit or what have you. So end of day kind of makes sense for me, I guess. Otherwise, sometimes what I'll do is just take one of like the real thin washi strips and kind of sort of cover that portion up, because it does have the orangey sort of like header section there. And then I think important is what I'm going to use for the middle, because to me the workouts are just as important. Ooh, and I'm having a hard time peeling these up. Again, I've got no nails, little nubs. So that might have a lot to do with it. But all right, I'm actually going to see what I can do about getting these up. I don't know if I need to cut them or what's going on with these guys, so I'm just going to step out and I'll be right back. All right, so upon further inspection, it actually looks like there were no cuts for some reason for these particular headers. So I did try to cut them myself with just a ruler and a sort of like box cutter style tool, but I don't think that I did all that well. So I guess we will see how it goes. I'm hoping to still salvage these because I do like, again, uniformity. It's the whole reason I purchased kits. So I do like the fact that the font is going to be the same as it would in any of the other headers. And I think I'm so sorry, I'm going to step away again, and I'm actually just going to grab a scissors so I can cut the edges off of these. It looks like I missed them a little bit. Alright, so I just grabbed a floral print scissor. I had purchased from, I believe, the Target like dollar spot. I just thought they were really pretty. They are by no means any sort of precision instrument. They just are pretty and get the job done. So hopefully that'll help us. Some of these aren't so bad, but a few of them I didn't make maybe a deep enough cut when I ran my blade over, but I think we'll manage. One of them I kind of crinkled a little bit, so we'll see how well that one works, but I feel like they were still pretty salvageable for not having cuts. I've never run into that issue before, especially from WillowFields, so that was sort of odd to find that. But yeah, that whole section of headers, none of them had any cuts, so it was basically like one full solid sheet almost. So like I said, I just took a ruler and tried to cut the best that I could. And yeah, I'm gonna need, this is the one I sort of crinkled a little bit. You can see it by the T. I sort of took a chunk out when I was running my blade along the header line. But I think what I might be able to do is just sort of fill it in a little bit with a black pen or my black Stedler. And these will still work. I'm trying to be a little more laid back in my planning, not letting little like things like this sort of freak me out as much as they used to. I would have in the past had a fit and probably would have scrapped the whole kit. But I'm trying not to be that crazy. So let's see, where did we leave it off? Okay, so I do like to track my steps, and I also like to keep track of my workouts at the gym. So let's use these cute little flags. Again, just grabbing the same pattern that I used up above and down below to draw just a little bit of attention to the steps. And then below that I'll probably fill in my workouts, and then anything I did, well, I like to call like extracurriculars. Had I went for a walk, sometimes Kristen and I will go for like a walk with her dog, or if I went to like a sporting event or something, or occasionally my cousin will have like her niece over and we might play with her. Let's see, this one yet. And right, one more. Okay, I think I've got all of my data. Ooh, that's super crooked. Oops, and I picked a little page up when I peeled it up. Alright, so I've got my day-to-day stuff done. Meals, calories, weight, steps, workout, journal. So the only thing I have left really is my sidebar yet, which I don't really do a whole lot of. I do keep track of sort of like a running grocery list, and I'll also keep track of my water. I did believe this kit came with some habit trackers. It did. Let's see, the work one won't use for this. Dinners I already keep track of up here, so I don't want to, you know, also keep track of that there. I think I just need, oh, and vitamins. Okay, so awesome. I'll keep drinks and vitamins. But I do want to finish something off on the bottom here. Just kind of like to almost box in my sidebar. So I'm just going to grab a piece of the washi, and I'm going to use this floral print because it matches. Now I'm really conscious about these cuts. Matches the pattern on this half box that I used to cover the notes header. Alright, so then I want to, let's do my water first. Just trying to line this up. I swear my sidebars always end up incredibly wonky. They are always forever crooked. And once you get one thing crooked, they kind of all just sort of lean in one direction. So you've got like the whole leaning tower of sidebar going. Alright, I don't think I'll need any other habit trackers. Most of those I'll use in my personal planner. Don't need the washi strips. Obviously reading, that'll be more of like a personal thing. The dinners I won't use. Let's see, what else do I have here? Got some littles. Don't really need any of those. Used the flags already. I don't need any of the icons. The date cover-ups I'll probably carry over to, actually I don't want to carry those over to my A5. I'll probably find a way to incorporate those, whether it be with this and some of the little washi strips, just to cover up the bigger numbers in the Happy Planner, because I don't want to cover up the gold foiling I have on my A5 inserts. They are absolutely gorgeous, and don't want to cover them up if I don't have to. Let's see, weekend banner I'll use also in my personal. What else do I have left? I've got the washi strips, those I'll use, and got tons of headers yet. And then I've also got my full sheet of icons. Do I want to incorporate any of these? They're so pretty and there's so many of them. I don't think I'll use them all. Alright, I'm going to fill this in with whatever I can and see if I can maybe incorporate some of this, some of the icons, or the deco, excuse me. So I will fill that in and be right back. So I went ahead and filled everything in with my Papermate Inkjoy gel pen. It's 0.5. I did add in a little bit of deco here and there, nothing too exciting or extravagant. I might add more in later as the week kind of goes on, as I'm finding I have extra space or not. Did also add some scale icons. They are from Libbie&Co. They are actually Libbie's Littles. I love the size of these. They are perfect for just squeezing in those little spaces. And I also added in the date covers. I did take just some of the extra washi strips I had to kind of take up a little bit of that extra room. I think it turned out kind of nicely. It is a little full up here and towards the bottom, but I will again be filling this section in quite a bit as the week goes on, so that's pretty normal for me. And grocery list, that stuff will all get filled in as I figure out what it is that I need. But that's all I've really got for you. I kind of went over the little bit of extras I did have already, so I'm not going to recap that. If you guys do have questions, comments, definitely feel free to leave them below. Thumbs up if you liked it, and definitely subscribe to us. That way you can't miss any of our videos. Thanks guys. Bye.